What's going on, guys? Spoofoo Scotty B1 here, and today I'm using the Force India going around the Yas Marina GP circuit in Abu Dhabi. Really enjoy this circuit. It's probably in the top 5 of my all-time favourite circuits. I personally don't do the circuit much justice on this game, but you know, I do enjoy the circuit. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to bring you today some Formula 1 2013 news, which Codemasters announced that they were launching mid-September this year. Basically, they're going to be bringing a whole new twist to the game, which is going to include new classic content, which you will be able to use time trial, custom championship, quick race, split screen and online multiplayer modes, which sounds pretty cool. They're going to be releasing 2 editions of the game, which I think is the Classic Content Edition, which is the full game plus all the DLCs, and then the original, but I'm guessing you're going to be able to buy the DLCs separately should you wish to get them at a later date. Prices, I believe, are around £60, $59.99 for the Classic Content Edition and £40 for the original. The Formula 1 Classics is going to have the 1980s and the 1990s, as well as up-to-date 2013 cars. From the 1980s, you're going to have 5 iconic cars from Ferrari, Williams and Lotus, including 10 of the legendary drivers from that era, including Nigel Mansell and Gerard Berger. Halef track, which was the or Jerez, if you want to call it Jerez, which was the former host of the Spanish Grand Prix, which is now the Catalonian track at Barcelona, and also Brands Hatch GP, which again is another classic track before Silverstone took over. Then we're going to move on to the 1990s, which is going to host 6 iconic cars from Ferrari and Williams, including again another host of famous drivers, legendary drivers in all fairness, which includes David Coulthard, Eddie Irvine and Jacques Villeneuve, as well as others. There's also going to be including a classic tracks pack, which is Imola, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Imola, the former host of the San Marino Grand Prix, and Estoril, the past home of the Portuguese Grand Prix, as well as all of the 2013 current up-to-date content, you know, teams with their correct drivers, liveries on the cars, DRS cars, etc. A cool thing about this, which I've only just known, is that Anthony Davidson, who is the current, if you've got Sky, you'll know that Anthony Davidson does the commentary for Sky TV. Now that's pretty cool. Now if they've got him to do the commentary for your races, I really hope that maybe they're going to incorporate maybe the rest of the Sky team, or some of them. I mean, I understand that it's on the BBC as well, but other than David Coulthard, you know, we're not, you know, an Eddie Jordan, there's not much going on there. But if they included, say, Ted Kravitz, if any of you watch it, and you'll know what Ted Kravitz does, he gives reports from the pit lane during the race, and you know, he's very good at what he does. And then how about Martin Brundle walking down your grid walk, you know, doing the kind of thing that you would see him do on a Sunday, walking down hustle and bustle, just butting in, you know, talking to people. How cool would that be if he was walking down your grid walk and interviewing you? You know, what's to say that Codemasters couldn't implement him to come and talk to you before your Grand Prix? You know, have a set, say, 10 to 15 answers that you can answer, so it doesn't get too repetitive, and he can ask you different questions, you know, about the race, or maybe your team if you're thinking of looking at another team. I think all of that would be really cool. Again, going on to the game, Formula 1 2012 was great. There was a couple of things that I didn't like in it, which was the off-track braking. I can understand that some people used it to their advantage, that's why they implemented it, but it is very annoying. I personally outbrake myself a lot of the time. You can see here now I've got the corner braking on, because, you know, you can see that there, I've gone wide, I'm being caught, I'm being broke. Why not just make it a bit more slippery, so there's a bit more chance of you spinning out? Something like that. I can understand, you know, that people use it for their advantage, but it does get very frustrating, because we're not all perfect within the game. But I suppose, you know, that's what pushes you to make the perfect lap time. What else would I like to see in Formula 1 2013? A track that instantly popped to my mind, but I genuinely don't think they're going to put it in, is the old Italian track, Monza. Now, who remembers Monza? The real sweeping banked turns. You know, I think you even drive under one of the turns on the current track. Could you imagine that track being in? That is an iconic track which I would love to see within the game. Brands Hatch GP track, which I covered in the 1980s pack, that would be a cool track to have on as well. You know, I'm also looking to say the American track, that would be pretty cool, and it would be cool to see whether they've actually implemented the drivers' faces, like a 3D rendering, instead of you being just like a cutout doing your interview. Whether you're actually a 3D person, where, say for example, Martin Brundle could come up and speak to you, and you would be there with the full actions. I'm going to be doing another ideas and DLC news, content news as soon as it comes up, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's my first time covering something like this, but I really wanted to give it a go. If you like the video, please give it a like and stay subscribed for more news. Cheers, guys.